Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of First and Last. My name is Josh, and with me this week I've got Joe.
Hey, man.
And Jimmy.
What is up?
Yo, boy.
Yeah.
It's our chicken delivery driver doing something weird.
He seems to be driving away from the restaurant, but he hasn't gotten there yet.
I just was like doing the intro, and you made like this what the
she.
hell face.
Yeah, I mean, you know, sometimes the GPS when I'm driving doesn't really know what direction I'm going or where exactly I am. So maybe that's what's happening here. But it's just showing, you know how it shows you like almost like a little like headlights forward the direction that you're going. It's not the right way.
Not the right way.
Taking the long route.
It's the absolute wrong way.
Well, the way you described it, I was hoping he was actually facing the right way, but just going the wrong direction.
Like, is he reversing down the street?
Yeah, like maybe it's one of those cars that like you gotta like hold it down and pull it back to like speed up.
Like a child's toy.
Yeah.
Yeah, my
But
son
maybe
has some
that
of those.
in car form.
They're dope.
They're pretty great. What's new, guys?
What is new?
Trick question. I'm sick of this gotcha journalism.
Oh, God. How about them Bears, Joe?
They are looking great. I've watched so much.
Are their knocks so hard?
I've knocked so hard, watched so many deep dives of 30 seconds of playable football footage.
Yeah.
Enough to know that my boys are going to the Super Bowl.
I know enough to know that my boys aren't even gonna think the word Super Bowl. And those are the Minnesota
They're going to
Vikings.
start the season like 1-6 or so,
Mm-hmm.
and it's all downhill from there.
It's
good.
never gonna be uphill. We're digging a valley this year, boys.
And the most painful thing is to have a little bit of hope that really goes nowhere.
No, it's gone. They got rid of it before the season started.
That almost feels better.
Didn't one of
There
their
is part of
cornerbacks
that.
like die?
Yeah. He
Yeah.
died in like a drunk driving accident.
Yeah.
Got
Wild.
hit. Dead.
Yeah, the Minnesota Vikings, love them or
It's
hate
like
them,
our
have had
second
a really
pick.
rough 5 weeks when it comes to players.
Yeah. And there was another cornerback that has a season-ending injury as well. Should be good. Should be a good year.
Should be good.
You don't need cornerbacks.
Just need Justin Jefferson out there.
Yeah.
He's going to be so mad.
Can he throw a ball?
Probably.
Can he play
I
defense
think
too?
he's well.
He's
Couldn't
the
hurt,
he's
right?
the whole new special teams field kicking return team now.
Yeah.
That's the actual change. Justin Jefferson returns
He's
the ball
on
on every
play.
team.
He's on every play.
He's playing every down, offense, defense, and special teams.
He's in every single football game this entire year for every team. He's a Superman.
Maybe
I
I'll be
was,
pleasantly surprised.
I used to play a lot of Madden 2004. That's the one with Michael Vick in it.
Okay.
And what I would do,
Yeah.
I would like play seasons as
Was the
Falcons.
dog fighting minigame your favorite? Or what?
Yeah,
Whole
yeah.
seasons.
It's like in Street Fighter where you gotta
Hit
break
the
the
car.
It's just dog fighting in between
Oh
games.
my god.
It's weird that they put that in the game.
Yeah,
but
how did they
did
know?
it.
Just the little bonus
They
levels.
just were like, maybe this will be a thing. I don't know. But what I would do is I would
It's terrible.
set, because you can adjust formations and stuff too. So I would set him in the like special teams formations to like be like the place setter for field goals, and also just be the back. It's usually like the full back that you stick back there during punts to like for some extra block coverage.
Mm-hmm.
But I would put him there so that every time I would punt or field goal, it's just a fake, and you just hike it right to Michael Vick, and he just runs.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a little bit of a cheat code in his day,
Mm-hmm.
before and after the Dogs. Because Atlanta was after, wasn't it? Or no, Eagles was
Eagles,
after.
yeah. He went
Atlanta
to the jail,
was the dark time.
and he came back with the Eagles.
He's rehabilitated. Was a
Mhm.
new man.
No dogs, though.
Supposedly.
No more dogs.
No more dogs after that.
Probably can't own a dog after that, right? Like that's got it.
Yeah,
I think
probably
that was
can't.
part of the sentencing. Yeah.
Don't go.
No
No
dogs.
You can't. You're not allowed to go to dog park. If you go to a brewery and there's a dog there, you gotta leave.
Yeah, you're done.
Yeah. He's never seen Paw Patrol. It's not allowed to play in his home.
That wasn't part of the sentence. It's just too real, you know.
Yeah.
It just hurts a little
It's
too much.
Too close to home.
It gives him nightmares.
So, Joe, what's this podcast about? For anybody wondering,
It's a TV podcast. We take a TV show and analyze it by watching the first episode and the last episode, and nothing in between. And it's often a critique of beginnings and endings, and an analysis of art.
That's exactly what this is. Very highbrow.
The
really.
final word on art. All of it.
The
Mona
highest of
Lisa?
brows.
Overrated.
Yep. Didn't like it.
Didn't do it for me.
Didn't
Just didn't
like
work
it.
for me.
Didn't work for me personally. It wasn't just wasn't drawn in
It's a, li-
by
yeah,
the
it's a little bit-
character.
It's a little bit overthought.
I don't think it
You know
was
what
her
I mean?
fault.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, the model was doing, what was asked of her.
absolutely.
But yeah.
Absolutely. In anything else, she would have been great.
Mm-hmm.
Are we watching something?
Those kinds of takes. Stay tuned for that.
you guys nailed it. You really did. No. So, let me take you down a little rabbit hole here.
Oh,
It's not that big of a rabbit hole. Pretty short.
Alice in Wonderland.
We're not
Okay.
going down that hole. I got on Amazon, you can get the Paramount Plus, and I did like a free trial to
nice.
I was watching.
That's the way to do it.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and that was for 7 days, and then I forgot, and now I have it for another month.
Nice.
Which also I got to remind me, I got a free trial on Amazon for like the BBC or some British channel, so I could watch the
nice.
IT Crowd.
British Box or whatever.
Yeah, whatever that is.
BritBox.
And I did that yesterday, so I've got to remember to cancel that in like 5 days because I don't want to pay for that. Because IT Crowd's great, but I just need like a little hit, and then I'll be good. But so I have the Paramount, and so I had it. I can't remember why I had it. Maybe I got it when we watched Silent Library. Maybe that was Paramount Plus, and
Yeah,
I got
maybe.
the free trial of that, and then I forgot about it. But while I had it, I was like, I should be watching some Star Trek.
Oh, for sure.
So I was watching Star Trek Discovery, which I
Nice.
think that was like 2018.
Yeah, what's her name? She's
No idea.
isn't that starring the lady from she's in The Walking Dead?
Maybe.
Okay.
She might be in The
Anyway.
Walking Dead. It's not like Michonne.
No.
But it might be a different lady from The Walking Dead that I don't recognize. Either way, I've been watching Discovery. I just finished the first season of that. I was like, man, this show's actually pretty good. I was like, some fun little things in the new Star Treks. So I was like, maybe we should finally start the Star Trek
Oh, hell
Journey.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
because somehow 361 episodes, and it took us to get to Star Trek, the original series.
Oh, we're doing it.
The original series.
This is going to be nuts.
Okay.
The original. So there's a couple things I want to run through because I did a little bit of research actually before we started. So first off, 3 seasons, 79 episodes, went from September 8th, 1966 to June 3rd, 1969. And it was canceled.
Mm-hmm. Did you say 68 to 69?
66
Okay.
69.
Okay.
Another fun little thing in the first season, they cost about $190,000 per episode to make, which is about 1.8 million in today's money. Maybe a little bit more because that was from 2023. And then the other thing that I found very interesting is there was an original pilot that was never aired called The Cage.
That was never aired?
Well, it wasn't aired at the time.
Oh,
really? The show started in 1966, and the first time this was ever technically aired on TV was October 4th, 1988.
Huh.
It was like shown around because it was like originally in black and white, and then it like also became color. But that one was called The Cage, and then it got released in the '86 via like a restored version, but then in October '88, Paramount aired a 2-hour special hosted by Patrick Stewart, Jean-Luc Picard himself, called The Star Trek Saga from One Generation to the Next, and it showed a full color version of the Cage. So really, like the first time it was really on TV was in like basically when Star Trek 1 was almost over.
Huh. Interesting.
But I have, so just, we're not going to watch this because it's not really the pilot. I mean, it's the pilot for them to like
it's
pick
the
it
pilot,
up.
but it's
but
not
it's
the
not the
first
episode.
Which is usually what we're seeing is they've picked up the pilot and it's airing as the first episode.
Yeah.
That's really interesting. I don't think I ever knew that because the characters in the pilot are basically not in the rest of the show, but you do like that captain is not Shatner.
You're saying in the Cage?
In the Cage.
Yeah, I actually have a little write-up of what it's about because it's completely different. Oh, it's not different, but
it's not different in premise.
It's the crew of the Enterprise follow a distress signal to the planet Talos 4, where Captain Pike is taken captive by a group of telepathic aliens who create realistic illusions. So that's what the Cage was about. So it's Captain Pike. He is in, like, I think Star Trek lore, he's the captain of the Enterprise before Kirk.
Right.
Funny enough, is in Star Trek Discovery that I'm watching now, that show takes place like a decade or so before Captain Kirk's time on the Enterprise.
Oh, okay.
And they are hanging out with Captain Pike on the Enterprise in season 2 of this show, which is fun. But so the events, and here's another big reason why we're not going to watch The Cage, is the events of this pilot were revisited in a 2-part season 1 episode called The Menagerie. So like episodes 11 and 12 of season 1 are just like a reimagining of The Cage or something like. Are they use stuff?
They actually use like footage from it, and they talk about Captain Pike and stuff. So it's like part of it, like it happened.
Yeah,
I didn't know that was like an unaired thing, especially when you watch that. It seems like, oh, we're not like they're like retconning it, but like, oh, we're finally actually like acknowledging this random episode of TV.
Yeah,
that makes sense, I guess.
So those are all my Star Trek facts that I have, at least right away.
Have you guys seen any of this?
So I'll say off the top that I have never seen an episode of any Star Trek.
Oh,
holy
none.
Hot balls.
I have seen Star Trek 2009, I think it was, the J.J. Abrams first Star Wars movie.
Very excellent.
And I have seen the second J.J. Abrams Star Wars movie. What was that one called?
Into Darkness?
Into Darkness, yeah.
Yes. And he made a third, right? Or no? Was that a different director?
I don't know if it was the same or not.
There is a third.
Is a third.
I think it might be James Gunn. I could be wrong about that.
Is that the one where they ride motorbikes? Or is that Into Darkness?
Well,
know. They like dirt bike in one of them, and it's hilarious.
Star Trek Beyond.
So
okay.
yes, my Star Trek knowledge is limited in that I've never seen the shows, but I at least know who Captain Kirk is and Captain Picard.
Yep. Those are both captains of very prominent Star Trek TV series.
And I know that the Enterprise is the name of a ship, and I think it's one of many. I don't think it's necessarily like the ship in the Starfleet. Is it?
I mean, it's like the flagship.
Okay.
Basically.
Okay, so it is the ship.
Yeah.
It's but there are different ships that do different things, and this ship is for Discovery to go where no man has gone before.
It's supposed to go on like
Starlock.
This one will. I think they literally explain exactly what their mission is. Like that's the intro to the show.
Yeah.
But yeah, they just go search around. But other Star Trek TV shows are much different.
Is there, opposite question for you guys, is there any Star Wars you have not seen?
Yeah. Some of the new ones I haven't seen.
Okay. Yeah, I've seen all the movies,
shows.
But there's a lot of the shows that I haven't seen.
Okay.
Like,
so you're not like a completist.
I haven't
but, like,
seen Picard,
like,
and that's supposed to be amazing.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I haven't seen. You said, I heard you say Star Wars for some reason.
I might have said Star Wars. It's possible.
So I answered Star Wars, but also there is plenty of Star Trek that I haven't seen.
Okay.
I haven't seen 99% of this series.
Oh, okay.
Like at all. Like I never so there was a time where me, Jimmy, and our friend Mark all were watching Star Treks.
Mm-hmm.
But we weren't like watching the same one at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
It was just kind of like going through it, and like Jimmy, you were like going through them like chronologically, like
yeah, by star date. You can look up some real nerdy lists
by star date
of and so I started, and that was, I think Enterprise had already happened, the show with Scott Bakula, and that predates the original series that we're gonna watch. So I watched that, although I plowed through that so fast I like have almost no memory of it.
Yeah.
And then I watched this, and this stands out a lot. But these episodes, in the 60s, when you watch an hour-long show, it's almost like an hour long. Like there's a lot less commercials.
Yeah, these are 50 minutes.
The commercials
long.
are short. So it's kind of a job to do. Buckle up.
Have either of you seen the first and last of the original Star Trek?
I've probably seen this first episode, but I honestly couldn't remember, and I'm sure there's no way I've seen the last episode. But also, they got canceled, so it's not gonna. So it's not gonna
probably
feel
not
like
gonna
the
be
last
a
episode.
finale. Yeah.
The only Star Trek series, well, I've seen Enterprise all the way through, but that's like 2 seasons long or something like that, so it's really short. I've seen all of Next Generation, so that's
so good.
But I have not seen.
That's the only one you've seen all of?
Yeah.
I
know.
That's travesty.
See, like I have never seen all of. I've seen a lot of Deep Space Nine, and I saw a lot of the beginning of like Voyager. But I've never finished any of them.
The whole point of Voyager is they're on this voyage.
Yeah, no, I know what the
You
point
didn't
is.
see it through.
No, I didn't.
What the?
For either of you, where does the Star Trek, the original series, fall in terms of like ranking of Star Trek medias? Is it like top, somewhere near the middle, or hard to compare?
Well, since I've never seen it, or like all of it, I've seen things here and there. Trouble with Tribbles, great episode.
Oh my god.
But I haven't seen a whole lot of it. So, and it's old.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I don't give a shit about it.
It is weird to rate.
I put it on the bottom, almost like near the bottom. It's probably better than like Enterprise was fine, but
okay.
But I can't even like all the new ones. Like I'm in season 2. Apparently there's 5 seasons of Discovery, which I literally thought it was like a 1 or 2 and done. And then there's like Picard, and then there's some other one too, right? There's other ones.
There are other ones. I don't even know them all. The Paramount Plus ones.
I'd put original series lower, but that's just because I don't really care about it. Like it's just like it's old.
Yeah.
And I know people are like, but it's so good. But I'm like,
I
haven't finished Deep Space Nine.
I would rate it honestly, and I love DS9 and Voyager and part of that and Next Gen. There was a hot second where all 3 of those were on at the same. They're all going on still at the same time. So there's a little bit of like overlap. That's where it got really crazy on the like Stardate thing, because you're watching. I mean, they're just airing these maybe that's what it's like now with all the Paramount Plus stuff, is
maybe
all these shows are interacting in the same timeline. But I think this series and Next Gen are awesome. And I think Next Gen is awesome because of the original series, like sets up a lot of things of this like humanitarian. I mean, it's all the whole thing. It's all allegory for like sort of the like British like colonization stuff, but it's like we go out to discover space, but like if we come across like a planet that's inhabited, we like hang back and we like observe to see like if they're ready to actually like if they're near our level that we can see, then we'll go and like interact with them and see if like can we learn from each other's cultures and stuff. It's like a really cool kind of radical thing for like the 60s that and kind of embraced what was going on at that time. but all within the guise of this is a sci-fi show with macho William Shatner. But yeah,
slaying the space. Nice.
Look how excited Jimmy is.
I mean, but then there's also some really bad, like the early like Klingons were like kind of racistly looked like weird.
Yeah, I don't know if we're gonna. I don't know if we're gonna see a Klingon in either one of these two episodes.
I'm
but
interested now.
But they are.
They also explain that at some point in like the
in
movies
Enterprise, they try to rewrite it a little bit.
Yeah, it's like they were like a different like sect of the Klingons that we see with all the.
Which now that I think about it,
that was just a bit that those Klingons were doing.
They were racist.
Yeah.
I told them not to come to work in blackface. But it's kind of funny because I'm watching Discovery and the whole first season's about like a war with the Klingons, which is kind of weird because like, you know, you think, oh, space war, whatever. Like, there's not a lot of like the original series and, well, maybe, I don't know, but I think the original series and TNG for sure. Well, and like Voyager for a lot. They're not like the Federation isn't like fighting a war. Like, you know, they're just like exploring and doing stuff and they have skirmishes or whatever and they hang out.
Yeah.
And then I know Deep Space Nine ends and there's like a crazy war, which is like weird.
Okay.
So it's like there's like conflict, but it's not like massive conflict.
Yeah, my impression of Star Trek, and I don't remember if this is from what I saw in the movie or what you've explained to me or something about the show, but it's like the Earth has figured out civilization and it's kind of a utopia, and we have like a like one world global government, and we have way too much like shit and prosperity. And so what we're doing now, instead of going out and
can't get rid of our shit, get rid of our prosperity.
Instead of going out and like fighting wars, because we don't have war anymore since everybody just has everything they need, like they're going out and exploring and like you said, like observing different planets and trying to not necessarily interfere, but potentially have, you know, some sort of trade of.
It's like everyone on Earth's a scientist now.
Not
really, but like, you know.
Yeah, they're somewhat more just like explorative, because it's like you don't fucking need like you don't need plumbers anymore. So it's just like, hey, maybe like take up painting and explore or whatever, or like but yeah, so it's set up that every episode is then like, hey, let's go explore this new world, and it's this kind of planet, and they have this thing going on, and it happens to be some sort of allegory for, you know, a lot of different social structures going on in the real world.
Yeah, I wonder if they do it in the original series as much as they do it in Next Gen, where they're like, this reminds me of a 21st century poet. Like, you know, and they like, for some reason, all of the things they talk about and remember are like Shakespeare and Sherlock Holmes and stuff. Like,
as our forefathers once said, ba with da ba, da bang da bang diggy.
I would watch that. I'd watch that Star Trek.
Shakespeare, Kirk is just kind of like, Hakuna Matata, my people. Hakuna Matata.
It means no worries. They used to say this all the time.
Maybe that would be amazing if you did that before The Lion King came out. But it's like that's where they got it.
Well,
yeah, so we've talked just generally about it, but why don't we just watch this episode?
Let's do it.
We can get into it. So yeah, the first aired episode of Star Trek, the original series, is called The Man Trap.
Trap the man.
And we're back. We're done with the first episode of Star Trek, the original series. It was called The Man Trap. You got a write-up, Jimmy?
Are you sure? You don't just want to roll right into episode 2?
Yeah, no, I'm fine.
Just skip this part?
Nah, let's do this part.
The Enterprise visits planet M113 for routine medical examinations of the husband and wife archaeological team stationed there. We're going to have to revisit that. But the woman has been replaced by a shape-shifting creature who survives by assuming a new form depending on who it meets, extracting the salt from their bodies, killing them.
Yeah, I mean, that's what it's doing. That's how it's surviving in this episode. It was surviving for years without doing that. But
yeah.
by just eating the salt that was there.
I guess the salt that they.
All of this
arrived
could
with.
have been like legitimately just solved by the guy being like, "Yo, my wife died. This is not my wife. We just need salt, or it's
gonna kill us
It's
all.
gonna kill us all."
Yeah, he was very, very protective. So apparently he grew to, what's the when you get kidnapped?
Oh, like the Streisand effect? No,
The
that's not right.
Streisand. That's so much better. The Stockholm syndrome.
Stockholm syndrome.
Close.
It's an S. It's an S. I'll be honest. I don't think I know what the Streisand effect is.
Is that a real thing?
Yeah.
That came out of your mouth?
Yeah, that's totally a thing.
The Streisand
Joe's
effect.
dying over there. Isn't the Streisand effect a thing?
Yeah. I only choke up when I try to explain things.
Big Barbara Streisand guy.
There was a whole thing where like someone with a drone had taken a picture of like Barbara Streisand's house on like a fancy cliff in Malibu or whatever.
And then she kidnapped them?
She kidnapped that person. No, she like asked that like the picture not be published because she doesn't want like attention brought to her house.
Makes sense.
Which of course, when she made the complaint, then all of a sudden like people found out about this photo. And so the Streisand effect describes when you're trying to like not bring attention to something and you inadvertently bring attention to it.
Sure.
And an unintended consequence of attempts to hide, remove, or censor information where the effort instead increases public awareness of it.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. Yeah, that's not exactly what I was talking about. But
Try to get some salt.
Yeah, add salt in there. So first of all, this is not presented as a husband and wife archaeological team. It was presented as Dr. Crater. Is that his name? It's not in the write-up. Pretty sure it's
Professor Crater.
Crater, yeah. Professor Crater. He's the archaeologist, and then it's like, and also his wife is there.
Mm-hmm.
And this episode kind of continues from there as being mostly pretty misogynist.
Yeah, it's pretty weird with women in this one.
Yeah, not a great
but
showing.
Welcome to the 60s.
And then they're like, oh, but this thing is actually like this creature, and it's the last of its kind, and the buffalo. Remember the buffalo? Which in the 60s were probably just about all dead.
And when did the last buffalo die?
I mean, buffalo didn't become completely extinct.
I guess. But when did most of the buffalo? When were they Because clearly, obviously, there's buffalo. There's buffalo in our state.
Peak buffalo.
Yeah. When was peak buffalo?
When was the last peak buffalo?
Yeah.
Before
I
white
was
people.
gonna say, probably around 1620.
When was the last buffalo that was born? That was the peak buffalo, and then after that birth, it was all downhill.
When did
What was the?
When did white people start slaughtering every single buffalo?
Well, that was gonna figure out when white people were invented.
Yeah, just search that.
Right about then.
Buffalo's
so
natural
there was
predator.
that. Oh god, there was that aspect of it. Like this is a thing that we're experiencing right now. Is they're in the 60s, and also still right now is just the killing of animals to near extinction. But is a little bit overshadowed by everything else. Plus, this particular one is just killing everybody.
It's interesting. I don't know. Does he do this often? Kirk was narrating a lot of what was going on at the beginning.
Yeah, the captain's log.
I knew
That's pretty much throughout a lot of the Star Trek.
I knew a captain log was the captain log a lot, but then I feel he kept going into the episode a little bit more. So he
narrates the intro.
Yeah. It was. I just thought there was a little bit more narration than I remember.
The intro being the space, the final frontier,
yeah,
et cetera, that you know from Star Trek over the decades.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
There's that, and yeah, maybe there's just more captain's log in the original series.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that could be. Let's see. What else? What else do I got here? Yeah, so those two people were on the thing. All they needed was salt. And the reason why the Enterprise was there was because the people that are like off-world doing research, like scientists and people, they're required to have a yearly checkup.
Yeah.
Which is
quick physical.
You imagine like the resources of like they flew like a whole spaceship over to one planet so two people could get like a checkup once a year.
I mean, they're probably, just circling. They're in the area. Like what ship? If they've been there 5 years and this is the first time,
this should be the fifth time.
Well, the first time. Right, the first time that the Enterprise is coming across them. Maybe there's just a bunch of ships doing big loops, and whoever's nearest. Oh, hey, it's time for the physical of these ship near you.
But there's got to be just
I don't know,
thousands of different little spots because they can just throw two people on a single planet. That means they're pretty comfortable just throwing people around, right? Like
And fuel, if you watch Voyager, fuel is not endless. So,
no, it does kind of show it's probably not even it's probably an unintended consequence of what they said there. Not a Streisand effect, but like I was like, damn, like society must be doing pretty well when you are like making sure to check up on these people when you could have like a telecom like wellness check real quick, and be like, you think you're good for another year? Or like, could you just inject yourself with the thing and it'll send us your blood data and we'll like tell you if you're dying or not, and then we'll come out? But like they're like, no, we're always gonna go check. And I'm like, so this is how well off like the
just
universe or like the Federation is.
Shapeshifter.
It's just kind of an interesting common quirk of like especially like space-based like sci-fi and fantasy of like we now live in a world where communication and information is very like powerful and valuable, and in our world now we can just beam that wherever the fuck in an instant. But so it's weird to us when like they have don't stuff like that when when they don't, and like it has like a like narrative device in like fiction because it's like we want to see them go down to this planet and do a thing.
Right.
Because if they would have done what I just suggested they should do, there was no episode.
Yeah, it's kind of like an extension of like it's hard for people to write like mysteries or some sort of like procedural with like current technology, because it's just like you don't like walk up to like suspects' houses anymore and like knock on the door and question where they were or whatever. It's just like you do some like Googling and like look up stuff in the database, and then the
CSI stuff is not exactly what it looks like on TV.
Yeah, it's not very TV friendly. So
did they bleed? Oh yeah, well this is them. Is there blood?
Yep.
Yeah, they're fucked.
Yeah.
We got them.
And so I mean, it was the most part. It was just them eventually figuring out that the lady wasn't the lady, and that they had crew people die. A lot of people died.
A whole lot of people died. In
4
this episode.
people out of the Enterprise died.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm sure it's like 1,500 people on this ship or something like that. Something crazy. But I counted. It was 4.
Yeah,
it was 4 people on the Enterprise, or crew members of the Enterprise died, and then Professor Crater died. Well, and technically 6 if you count. Then the monster died at the end too.
Yeah.
So 6 life forms died.
Yeah, that's pretty high.
So that's pretty high
on a ship that's just checking out other planets.
Yeah.
So it's not like a battleship.
On a ship that is just
peaceful mission.
Literally going for a doctor's checkup.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that
1 is kind of high.
Yeah.
Right? I always expected like an ensign. It's kind of, I mean, you've probably heard the trope, Joe.
Of like
the red shirt. There was no red shirt in this one, but
oh yeah.
But like there was useless characters that they killed.
We did see a lot of maybe all of the like regulars on this show in this first episode, because we had so Bones, McCoy is the surgeon, and then not William Shatner, Captain Kirk is the captain, and then we've got Spock, who's the Vulcan. whatever. What is he's like the second?
I think he's number 2,
What is that?
basically.
I forget what that like title is called. I think there's a name for
It's
it.
called Commander Riker.
Sure. And then we did see Sulu
He's just hanging out with a hand plant.
with a lady. Yeah, he's chilling. He's definitely like on the bridge though too.
Yeah, he was just eating lunch when we were introduced to him. He was in this botany lab. But that fucking lab had a plant that was like was making noises and moving around, but it was literally just someone's hand in like a glove. Like it like the different little pieces of the plant were just fingers of the hand.
Yeah, just a hand puppet.
It was pretty great. It was pretty good.
Just Jim Henson back there. And we did see Uhura is another big person. We didn't see like Beam Me Up Scotty or Chekhov, the like Russian. I don't remember what he's just another crewman who becomes the regular
Eastern European
Yeah.
guy. Or Russian.
My impression is that Kirk, Spock, and Dr. Bones are like the 3 main guys anyway? Or no?
Yeah, I'd say for the most part. I think there's probably episodes that revolve around each of them.
Okay. So yeah, like there's some intro to some of the other characters, but I was trying to dig into a little bit of like what we get out of at least those 3. Like I feel like Spock is very well defined.
Yeah.
And part of that is like maybe just me coming in with some prior knowledge, but also just that like Spock is easy to define in, a couple lines of dialogue. He's just a person who is very, I don't know, what's the word you're looking for or word I'm looking for here. There's no emotion. He's very stoic. Yeah. He's very logical and stoic, and I think some of that ties into like they didn't get into that, but it ties into him being a Vulcan. But like, but yeah, you get that a little bit. I didn't really get much from Kirk or Bones in terms of like, what is this person like?
I mean, Bones was weird. Like he's the Doctor. Clearly, there's that. But then like
he was kind of a bonehead. It's kind of
Yeah.
a bone's head.
Well, it's
on
like
this.
whenever like
following his too much
Kirk
emotion.
just kept like making fun of him for like thinking about his lost love gal.
Yeah, he was a little smirky at him.
And then
he was all business.
any other time he was like being like possessed or not possessed, but like taken control of because like the monster could like paralyze you, and then she like literally dosed him with some like Tylenol PM or something later on.
Yeah, well, he already had that he was going to take.
Yeah, for the most part, Bones isn't like really himself in this episode.
Yeah, so the only thing we know is that like he had a love and he lost it. So it's not really much of a character building for him.
And then Kirk is mostly just like cool, like not cool in the way that Spock is cool and like stoic, like cool as in like chill, even though he knows something is wrong.
Like if Kirk could like roll up a pack of cigarettes in his sleeve, he would. Kind of cool.
Yeah, that's the thing is like of the people that are involved in here, like Kirk is the one that's like there's something here not quite right. And he's also like is going about that in a very chill way and not just like, oh my God, something's wrong. Like people have died. He's just like, hey, like a member of my crew has died. We're not leaving until we figure this out.
Yeah.
I almost kind of think he was a little bit too chill when someone had died. A person he had been talking to 5 seconds ago.
Yeah, there was kind of a lot of that, of just stumbling upon dead bodies and not really reacting in a way that you would assume.
Yeah, the
instead
one
lady
of being
was like, look at his face.
Yeah,
she
yeah,
didn't even like scream. She just
gross, a dead guy.
Oh, ew.
Yeah.
There's not supposed to be dead people in the hallways of my starship. Gross.
Yeah, it's the reaction to finding a dead body is kind of the reaction to finding like a large dead bug. It's just like, oh, weird. How did this get here? That's not supposed to be there.
Ish.
What happened?
The reaction is if somewhere in your house you hear, "Hey, come and kill this," and then you have to go up and do it.
No, that's what I say.
Claire does it for you.
There's too many spiders in the world.
Oh, dude, I don't. You're in my house, and I'm sorry, I've never seen one before or after this. It was like the weirdest, grossest, biggest spider,
and it's right behind each other.
He's just standing there.
I was like
rubbing his hands together.
6 a.m, and it was just like in the bathroom, and it was like hiding. I was like, I don't know what that is. And I'm like afraid. It was like one of those spiders where like, if I miss, I'm gonna be terrified.
Yeah, I want to see how fast this guy moves.
I like try to look it up because I was like, is this like killer one? Am I gonna die?
I don't want to necessarily jump to predictions, but I think if there's a spider monster, we should all get a point.
I'm in.
Sure,
I'm in.
It's very possible.
The last thing I would say about that is that it's just interesting that like Captain Kirk is very much the main character, but it feels a little bit jarring to see like this like hero character just be like cool and chill, whereas I feel like now when you have a hero character, like they can't just be heroic. It's like. But why are they heroic? Did they have some sort of Was there some sort of trauma they're trying to deal with? Like that even happens a little bit in like the 2009 Star Trek movie when it's like there's stuff with
the
Kirk's
whole backstory.
Dad, right? Or like is his dad an alcoholic or something?
Daddy issues for sure.
Yeah, the
That's
whole
all subtext in this. You just missed it.
You see it in his eyes.
Well, and he also. He gave into some like, family-friendly light misogyny and stuff like that as well.
He's like, salt, just like the tequila shots my dad used to take, the lime.
After he rightfully hit my mother.
Yeah. God. It is, like I bet we do throughout the show get more interiority with Kirk and like, we'll learn more as the show goes on, as these things happen. But I just feel like it just struck me as something different where like now it would be like before we even get to why this person is a hero, we need to know why they're broken first.
The origin story is important.
Bruce Wayne killed his dad.
Oh boy. That's a shakeup. I'd watch it.
Yeah, it could be good.
Not if Ben Affleck did it, but
yeah, I it's one of those things where sometimes you watch people like solve things because like in a TV show and you're like, God, just do it like this. So this was a little frustrating for me because I just feel like there was like just replicate a pile of salt or just grab a bunch of like they had known only wanted salt for probably like 10 minutes left of this episode and they were still just like talking to Hank McCoy monster.
Yeah. Another thing too is, and maybe you guys can explain this to me, I feel like I'm confused about how she was, like, are they just seeing her? But she's like shape-shifting, but they're seeing people who they want to see.
They have to be just seeing her because all three of them were in a room at the same time seeing a different
also
person.
True.
Yeah. So she's not actually
just
shape-shifting. It's like an illusion.
God. Okay.
Yeah, she's not physically contorting her appearance. She's changing her perception through people's eyes.
So shape-shifting's not really also accurate.
No, not at all. But I mean, with their limited 28th century experience,
They didn't have the word perception back then.
Oh God, we lose that.
I do appreciate, because I was like explaining to Joe at the beginning, like a lot of Star Trek, like a lot of it isn't like, there's not like wars and stuff because like, their society's better.
Until DS9.
Well, yeah, it's what I hear, but I haven't made it that
God damn it.
I heard like the last episode, season or two, Deep Space Nine is like the best because of the big war.
So good.
But it's not like that. And I mean, weirdly enough, I say that, and then 6 things died in this episode, so it was a lot of death.
True. But
like a lot of this episode in reality was like 5 people standing in a room, like having like a really long conversation, like multiple different times, and I was like, wow, this is like just chatting. Like they're just like, how do we problem solve this? Let's walk through it. Like, and I was like,
were a lot more wordy back.
It wasn't not interesting though, but I was just like,
that's fair.
I thought it was. I was watching the new Discovery Star Trek, and it's just like,
it was like no dialogue.
They're just shooting and fighting and jumping and flipping. Like they talk, but like, man, the amount of dialogue in this episode was probably like two Discovery episodes. Like just a lot of exposition, but interesting. I don't think it was boring by any means. Did it make me like want to watch episode 2? Not really, but like I just kind of think that might also be my preconceived notion of this show a little bit too, that I'm like, I'll just start with TNG. And I did years ago, so I'm just kind of like whatever about it. What did you kind of think overall, Joe?
I'm interested, not necessarily from a narrative perspective of like, oh, I want to see what happens to Captain Kirk next.
Yeah. I want to see how they break him.
Yeah. More just I want to see like the type of things they explore.
Yeah.
Because with it being, sci-fi, it kind of reminds me a little bit of like the Twilight Zone, even though the Twilight Zone is like purely an anthology.
Yeah.
But kind of similar in that like the Twilight Zone is just like, hey, here's a like completely weird new scenario. Like, what's going on with this? And that's my impression of like where Star Trek goes.
Yeah, well, and this one too, especially, is more so like Monster of the Week type stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, not a lot of through lines at all.
Yeah, that's
when
kind of
you hit like Deep Space Nine and like Voyager is just like, we're trying to get home. This is the whole story from start to finish. Like us trying to get home. Like it's, it matters. In this one, it's like, yeah, they killed a salt monster in the first one. In the second one, apparently there's like a bad teenager. In the third one,
really funny.
Someone turns into a god. In the fourth one, there's a virus that removes their inhibitions. That means everyone gets drunk in the fourth one.
Or real sexual.
Oh, in the fifth one, Kirk is split into good and bad people.
Oh,
it's one good, one good, one bad.
Double the Kirk.
Yeah.
Does one have like a mustache or something?
I think I've seen that one.
Evil mustache Kirk.
Yeah, exactly. Goatee.
Yeah, he's got a goatee.
Yeah, black goatee Kirk. So yeah, I mean there's some story, but overarching, like when someone dies, they're dead, but not important people don't really die that much.
Yeah,
I would assume.
Is the like somewhat semi-social commentary? I mean, I know it's just about we're saying it's not a shapeshifter, but a shapeshifter story, which is common in other like science fiction of just like, we can't tell who it is and how do I know like who's telling the truth. But like if trying to read into that, is it just supposed to be about like letting go of like your preconceived notions? Because the thing that I'm seeing is like each of them Bones especially sees this monster as like his long lost love or whatever.
Yep.
And is not able to get over that, like, bro, that's not what we're all seeing. Right. We're all seeing something else here.
Like literally you're watching her kill your captain right now. Clearly she wouldn't do that. Like
but they did it in kind of an ingenious way where they know that that's who they're going to see, or that's who they're expecting to see. Bones sees her as the same person that he knew because that's what his mind would pull up, right?
Yeah,
that's what she would get from his mind to be seen. But then Shatner, she doesn't maybe know what Shatner would think, so she's still just looking at as appearing as the person that she's been or like pretending to be, this guy Crater's wife at an older age. So in the moment, Shatner's just like, you just looking at her with your dick. You think she's You just think she's still super hot, but like nah.
Like Kirk thinks doesn't think anything supernatural is really going on. He's just like, oh, you're just overlooking her flaws because you're still like in love.
Yeah, we've all had this conversation with our friends about some like ex. Like, dude, no.
No, she was foaming at the mouth, dude.
She's sucking salt literally out of your friends' faces. Stop it.
She's attacking them with a bingo dauber. That's what it looked like when they were.
So later we see her form. It's just some sort of
Swamp Thing.
Yeah, some sort of swamp thing. Like a tentacles suction cups.
Yep.
Which is why they had hickeys all over their faces.
Bingo daubers. Anything else, or should we do predictions? But before we do predictions, I have things to say.
Did you guys have any thoughts on this is clearly like I think it even said that it was like remastered. The main noticeable thing is that there's some interstitial shots of the Starship Enterprise, and it's clearly like updated CGI.
Yeah. They remastered it, but it wasn't like, I think it was remastered in like 98 or something like that.
Yeah.
If I remember what I read correctly.
CGI?
From what I read in the Wikipedia, it was like they had done for one of the releases, whether it was like DVD or Blu-ray or Netflix or something, they had done a remaster where they purely touched up stuff, like tried to not change anything too much. Like it's not like the Star Wars remasters where they added scenes and added stuff.
Destroyed them.
It's more of like what we saw in this one. The starship animations were probably similar, but just like it would have been like a little model floating on string, whereas now it's just CGI. But even that CGI is still just like there's a planet in the background, there's a single ship floating along. It's not anything showy. It's just we just cleaned it up a little bit.
I think it looked good. I don't think it looked out of place.
Yeah, it wasn't distracting.
True.
And I think that's kind of what they were going for.
No, I think it was a good way to
nailed it.
They're releasing old PS1 game on the PS5 and just kind of like giving it a little polish real quick.
Yeah.
They're not really changing the controls,
Yeah, I want it to feel the same, but just smooth it out a little bit.
Yeah. I'm for this. I'm glad they did it. Good thing they gave it some care, because they didn't really care about this show very much when it was on the air.
Yeah, apparently it didn't actually really do that well.
So it was I don't remember I don't think I read what night it was on originally.
I think it was Thursdays.
Thursdays?
Yeah.
Okay. And then in the third season, I guess like Gene Roddenberry and stuff, they were trying to get it to be on a more prominent, probably like primetime spot, like move it to whatever. But then the network pushed it to Fridays at 10 p.m.
Ooh.
And everybody, apparently Gene Roddenberry was super pissed about that, because he was like, he said, if you want to kill the show, just do it. Like, because he's like, you're going to kill the show. But there was a really large vocal like fan that like wrote to the network and like, we're like, move it to here, or like keep it going. We love it. It's great. So it had a really big like cult following.
Yeah.
I think the season 3 stopped filming or something like that in like January of 69, and then the network canceled it in February of 69, and so then it finished up its remaining episodes that it like had in the chamber. So the last episode was originally supposed to air on March 28th, 1969. However, that was the day Dwight D. Eisenhower died.
Okay.
Oh.
And so
other stuff to show
NBC, so at Friday at 10 p.m. when this show was supposed to finish, NBC had a special report like about Eisenhower's death. So they did that. So then the last episode to air didn't happen until June 3rd. So pushed it back a little over 2 months. Okay. And then they just aired one episode, and that was it, and that was over.
Wow.
So kind of interesting. And that episode's name was called Turnabout Intruder. So,
okay. And I assume, like, because I watched all of this, but I have no recollection of this. I'm sure it's not like memorable. It's just another Monster of the Week.
Yep, I assume so.
Random episode.
Yep. I mean, we don't know what it is yet because we have to do predictions.
That title doesn't even ring a bell.
I don't know what that title even means. But Joe, do you have predictions you want to let us know?
What was it called? Something Intruder?
It was called Turnabout Intruder.
Turnabout Intruder?
Yep.
The Turnabout Intruder?
Nope. Turnabout.
Comma Intruder?
No, colon.
Colon?
No.
Turnabout Intruder?
Turnabout.
Get out of
one
here.
word.
Turnabout
Intruder.
In high
Turnabout.
school, Turnabout was when we had one dance a year where the girl asked the boy out.
Sadie's Hawkins.
You didn't
Hawkins?
call it
Sadie, yeah, it's
Sadie's?
like Sadie Hawkins.
Yeah.
Except
Call
we
it
call it
Turnabout?
Turnabout. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So I think it's about
Oh, interesting.
where a woman is intruding a man's spaceship.
Okay. Well, do you
Turnabout woman.
Do you have your other? Do you have your 4 predictions that you wrote down?
Oh, yeah, sure.
This is what I was asking you.
Oh, yeah. Good idea.
Which, funny enough, is I have a prediction based on what you think this might be. I think my second prediction is going to be funny now.
I think Spock gets kissed.
Nice.
Ooh.
I was careful with my language there. I don't think he would
By Shatner.
kiss someone. Maybe.
That's
Right
a
on the-
turnabout.
right on the lips.
You know what I mean?
So
Turnabout,
that's something
Intruder.
that NBC for sure would ask them to take out of the script.
Facts.
I think that we visit an ice planet.
Ooh, Hoth.
Mm-hmm. I think that we see the ship travel through a wormhole,
Nice. I hope so.
potentially opening up other dimensions. And then my last one is more of a wish, in that I hope we see a man in a monster suit.
Mm.
The way that, like, we just saw a monster suit person.
Yes.
But like more active, maybe.
Yeah, more active and more like this is a monster and not a
Okay.
humanoid, but it's just, it's a guy in a suit.
Got it.
Okay, but like, would this last episode have counted for a point for this?
I would say no,
Okay.
because
Good.
that was like a person who then we saw their true form, which was just a person in a suit.
Okay.
I want more of a creature, I
Alright.
guess.
We'll know it. We'll know it when we see it.
Just checking.
There was 6 deaths in this first episode, which is crazy. I think there'll be under 6 deaths.
Oh, I thought you were gonna go for 7.
I know.
Go big.
I think they chilled out a little bit. They were like,
Go
maybe
small.
we killing people too fast.
Under 6.
It's no one.
If there's 6, no points.
No points. But if there's under 6, point. Number 2, I think Kirk is weird towards women, which is, I think, great about your Turnabout Intruder. So if a
Mhm.
woman,
Just like weird for Captain Kirk.
I think weird
Or
for
weird-
us in 2024.
Okay, that's that's.
I think
That's
he's weird towards a
That's
woman.
probably a point.
Number 2, I think Spock mind melds.
Nice.
Did you do that in this episode, in this TV series?
It looked like that's what the creature was doing to Captain Kirk.
I'll tell you, that's how the Vulcans steal your salt. And then number 4, I want there to be a space battle. I want the Enterprise to shoot its lasers and our phasers, or whatever they're called, and shoot some photon torpedoes. I want to see a spaceship fire weapon, basically.
Yeah, it must happen.
It's got to happen once or twice, right? Why not now?
But will it be like with the strings ship, or will they have
Uh,
CGI'd it? I was trying to look. I think Joe asked during the episode, like, was this originally in color or black and white? And I couldn't find anything on that. Just scrolling.
I know the
through the
cage
wiki.
was originally black and white,
Right.
and then they colorized it. But
Sure.
I don't know about the series itself.
All right. My first one is I have that we see 2 or more alien races, and I'm not including Spock because he's a part of the crew.
Mhm.
But if we see a different Vulcan, I'll count that.
Okay.
2 or more, because that's where we're drawing the line right now so far. My number 2 is I think we see a replicator used. See somebody get some food or beverage or something.
Joe, do you know what a replicator is? I guess you do. You saw the other ones, the
Uh,
movies.
I don't think I saw it in the movies, but you just make anything, right?
Yeah, they're just like pudding, and it like goes and a bowl of pudding gets put in there. So
Yeah.
that's what a replicator is.
So my number 3 is Dr. McCoy has a thing in this series where he says, like, damn it, Jim, I'm a doctor, not a whatever. So I think we get a I'm not a doctor, I'm a blank out of McCoy.
Got
Do you know what I'm talking about, Joe?
I'm not
confused.
a doctor. I'm pudding.
Well, I'm a
doctor, not like whatever thing that would be helpful in that moment. Like not anything else. I don't know. One is like something about how he's not a bricklayer, and it's something about the monster having to do with bricks. I don't remember.
Yeah, I'm a doctor, not a engine repairman.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
one of those. And then my number 4 is someone uses the space bathroom.
Oh boy,
has anyone ever what does that mean?
I don't know. Originally I wrote Shatner shits, but I decided to change it.
Yeah. That was a note from NBC that had you change it to space bathroom.
They called down to the studio.
Jimmy,
we've been censored.
That alliteration will not work on our network.
We will not be referring to our star as Shitner.
I also actually just hope that, have you seen any Family Guy where they do like William Shatner bits and he just speaks in a very cartoonish da 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 da. He has a specific cadence that's from this show. He did not speak that way in that first episode.
No, yeah,
but I
didn't.
I think it starts to come throughout this, and I really hope we see it like crazy in this last episode.
All right. Well, let's find out. Last episode is called Turnabout, Intruder. We'll be back after that. And we're back. We're done with the last episode of Star Trek, the original series. It was called Turnabout, Intruder. Jimmy, you got a write-up?
Yeah. Kirk's consciousness becomes trapped in the body of a woman bent on killing him and taking over his command while inhabiting his body. So this episode is a little bit of here's why women can't be in positions of leadership. So if you're into that, you'll love this.
Joe loved it.
I loved it.
They said something in this episode. So there's this lady who they go to this planet because they need help or something, presumably.
Yeah, well, their crew has been mostly killed, and she's supposedly hanging on for
Dr. Janice Luster, and she's supposed to have a bunch of radiation poisoning and blah blah blah.
Yep.
But then they get there and they leave Captain Kirk with her because he's got good bedside manner. And they go do
a lot of history.
And they have a history.
Sexually.
They used to. There you go. Yeah, they used to go steady.
At Starfleet.
And then he went to go on his captain's route, and she was like, and they don't let women do the captain thing. And I was like, wait, in this instance of Star Trek, can women not be captains? Which is funny because watching Discovery, which is supposed to be before this, there's women admirals and stuff. So, I mean, but clearly they just were let's just pretend you saw a woman in the original series and we'll just get there.
Yeah. Essentially, their conversation goes oh yeah, we had a great time, right? And then Kirk says something about oh yeah, but I just couldn't keep up with your space ambitions or whatever. And then she drops that line where she's like, well, that's only because they don't allow women captains at Starfleet. And he just sort of nods. Doesn't really have a response to that. He's just sort of oh yeah, we never really had any problems. You just wanted to go do your space thing, and you had stuff that you were chasing. She's like, yeah, and I couldn't because of society. And he's just yeah, I guess, huh?
Yeah. And then basically alludes to the fact that her temperance like that women cannot be
Mhm.
shouldn't be captains. Oh man.
That's it's a body swap episode.
It's a Freaky
Mhm.
Friday.
It's a Freaky Friday, and it's a
Mhm.
trope that we've seen
Lindsay
in.
Lohan.
Yeah, invented by Lindsay Lohan, I believe.
Jamie Lee Curtis.
They're doing a remake of that
Yeah, they are.
with Jamie Lee Curtis and Lindsay Lohan.
Oh,
can't
they're in
imagine.
Or
the
like a sequel, I guess. It would be.
Yeah, what is the sequel gonna be?
Freakier Friday.
Yeah, even freakier Saturday.
Man,
Freak into Sheets Friday.
like what could possibly? Oh God.
Freaky Friday, normal Saturday, straightforward Saturday. So yeah, it's a common trope, especially in sci-fi fantasy shows and movies or whatever. The
Mhm.
extra wrinkle though, is that element of, it's gender swapping,
Right.
and also that what we're learning here is like not like, wow, isn't it different to see what it's like on the other side, which is how typically these body swap things are.
Yeah, that's generally they
Mhm.
let you explore the differences.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And like, wow, like it's so different, but maybe we're kind of the same, or like maybe I understand the other side a little bit better now.
Mhm.
Whereas in this one, it's just like, well, this is why women shouldn't be in charge, because they get crazy.
Well, I mean, God, it doesn't. It's like yes, that is exactly what happened. But then it's also like, well, I mean, if this was a person, like Janice Lester was a person. By the
Mhm.
way, 2 first names, can't be trusted.
Oh.
And she clearly couldn't be. But she's like clearly like a crazy person.
And
Like
she's
in a
drunk
way.
with power for sure.
Well, like
Mhm.
she's crazy before she gets the swap in a little bit, like 'cause she's
Right.
like, I'm gonna do it to you. Ah, ha, ha. I'm gonna get my revenge on you. You thwarted me 25 years ago, and all I wanted to do was make you put babies in me or something. So it's kind of like, well, this is a shame that it is like this, because truly, as somebody who would try to Freaky Friday somebody else to like get power is
Mhm.
like an insane person.
Mhm.
Like they're like kind of,
That's fair. Yeah.
but. That's not really what they're not leaning on. Like, this person has problems. They're like, you're a woman, so it's
yeah,
problems.
that's the problem
Yeah.
with it, is that then the crew starts to like suspect swapped Kirk because he's acting hysterical
Mhm.
like a woman,
Yeah,
which
yeah,
is not something that he would do.
yeah.
And I just wonder, like, did Shatner just go to the network at some point, like, look, I do a crazy good hysterical woman. Let me do a scene for you.
Yeah.
But there was like, funny, like when they're like, women get kind of crazy, am I right? And there was like 5 like normal Star like Federation women in this episode
Mm-hmm.
that were
Yeah.
like, Kevin's kind of weird right now, huh?
Yeah. Well, the difference is
Yeah.
they're not,
They're not captains.
Yeah, they're not in charge.
Yeah,
That's
it's
why
like-
you can't have
They're
women
like
be in charge.
nurses. They're not even the doctors.
Yeah. They do great as someone who's just like doing a job.
Good.
Ooh.
Don't edit this out of
wasn't
context.
even. Yeah. Well, Hora wasn't even in this episode. So
Yeah.
not even
Mm.
like a higher up staff member woman.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Also, the first African American woman in a role like that
Mm-hmm.
is
Uhura?
on this show. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Were you
She's
gonna say more misogyny things or
No.
moving on? Okay.
You can.
Like in general, or
Yeah. Do you have any more takes you want to get out?
Not. Let's save those for off
what do you
air.
think
Okay.
about Kamala?
She's a great lady, probably one of the best ladies. No, I'm saying.
One of the best. We love her so much, don't we, folks?
Don't we? We love her, but
Love
she
her.
just can't do the job.
Yeah, it's a 1960s show. I don't want to harp too much about this thing that we watched from 60 years ago is out of place, blah.
I mean, you keep going, and I want to just go on that.
Yeah. And maybe we can transition to that of seeing things out of place. But just like, okay, we get it. It's misogynistic in its plot. But I think that my sense is that there's just a couple lines that are absent that all of a sudden if you put those back in the script, and I'm making up a story.
They never
You're
got
inserting
removed.
them,
They never
yeah.
got removed.
Right,
from the
yeah. I'm
script.
making
That's
up a narrative in my head, but I could totally
It was
see,
implied.
I could feel it in moments where there's silence, where if there was a line there that like I wonder if I would look at this differently. The two of them I think of are like the one that I mentioned earlier about she says, well, they don't allow women to be captains, and then he says nothing. And if he were to say something,
yeah, that's shitty.
Like that's shitty, and like I'm like really sorry, and like there should be a place for you to serve. Like maybe there's something there. Or the other thing is at the end. Shit, I wrote down because I was gonna forget. The very last line of the episode is Kirk kind of like pontificating about like all this crazy shit that happened today, and he's just like, he says her life could have been rich, or he says her life could have been as rich as anyone's, if only, and then walks off screen. And it's like, if only what? If only she
were a man?
Yeah, if only she were a man.
Yeah.
Or if only she weren't crazy. Or if only she weren't like trying to kill people.
Literally anything.
Because I think in the context of watching that episode, I think we're meant to think like her life could have been as rich as anybody's if only she just like, you know, just became a normal officer and like just joined Starfleet.
Yeah.
But I think
did as she was told.
Yeah, if she just did what she was told.
If only she would have made me that sandwich that one time.
Mm-hmm. But I think again, me writing a narrative that Gene Goldenberry or whatever, Goldenberry, Gene Roddenberry,
Dingleberry.
No, that's right, Goldenberry.
I'm writing my own personal narrative that Gene Goldenberry was trying to push the envelope a little bit here, and because there's already a history of this throughout the show that like he was trying to push things and NBC kept pushing back at him. That like that maybe he is trying to plant an idea in the audience's mind of like, hey, like this person had a rough go of it, but could you imagine like if that was just a man, like, and if she had all the opportunities afforded to her that men are given? Maybe I would think of it differently, but maybe it's still the same.
It could have been knowing. So getting to what I was going to say then, because that works with that, is knowing what I know, especially about like the next generation. And I'm sure it's not a perfect. I'm sure I'm not remembering it perfectly by any means. But there's like female. Is there female captain? There's female captains in that. I think
the captain of the Voyager is a female.
Well, but that's not next generation.
No, but
is she in next generation?
Parallel.
But they're parallel.
She's in that show.
Yeah, so there is female captains now.
Yeah.
In that, I'm pretty sure there's like
Captain
a female Captain Janeway.
Janeway.
Literally Captain Janeway.
I was thinking Jane was her first name.
No, I don't know. What her
Captain Jane Janeway.
Jane Janeway. Jay Janeway. We don't know what her first name is. Eloise.
Is that it?
No, I have no idea. But like so. Giving a little bit of a a little cracker to Gene Goldenberry over here. Because he potentially could be trying to push things or whatever, or if because he was, I think, pretty involved in TNG at least a little bit.
Yeah, at the start he passed away during it.
But like that seemed there was like a really Tasha Yar was in it, and she was like a really strong. She was like she was the head of security on the Enterprise, which is a pretty powerful role for a woman, I would say, back in the 1989 or whatever when that show like started. So I think they did better, and they've been doing a lot better in Star Trek and like retconning some of this like weird shit,
and like society has. Evolved over 30 years between the original series and Next Generation.
It is a problem that in the 60s, it's potentially like it's annoying to say that it's probably a product of its time, in a lot of ways. And
I think you're right.
True.
I think this airing in 1969 probably did turn some heads of like a hint of feminism in 1969 was actually probably a lot.
Yeah.
For where we're seeing it today being like, oh, God damn it. Why? Stop it. Well, Shatner, stop it.
Yeah, it's funny. I mean, it could be poor writing sometimes too, because, like you add one or two lines and it's not about a woman scorned. It is about a woman scorned, but it's not because she's a woman. It's just because she's had a hard go of it and she's trying to get like revenge on someone who she can like pinpoint.
Yeah, still not validated, but at least it's, in the way in a lot of superhero movies are now, where it's like the villain has a point.
Yeah. Well, and you could
Right.
you could at least being it that way, you could have flopped it, and if Captain Kirk was a woman and that person scorned was a dude, then you could be like, all right, well you had a hard go of it and whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's like if you can flip it, like you could Freaky Friday gender swap it that way, and it would make sense either way.
Mm-hmm.
Then it's probably a fine story.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't have to be all the time, but
yeah, I think it's just those little tweaks. Again, I think making the show over 3 years seemed like kind of a struggle.
Yeah, it seemed like there was a lot of struggles with the network.
Yeah,
and stuff like that.
On the Wikipedia, it talks a lot about how this episode is often ranked with some of the worst Star Trek episodes.
It's not good.
It's not, I mean, yeah. There's the big, crazy woman plot, which is off-putting. But then even beyond that, like, just William Shatner's performance is so like what you think of when you think of like silly William Shatner.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He's like making a lot of faces and like doing his weird speech things. Apparently, I read in the Wikipedia that he had the flu while they were filming this episode.
Oh, he was sweaty all the time.
Yeah, right. He was very wet.
This last episode of the show was just flu, sweaty,
going
crazy.
So like, I wonder if some of that is
boy.
just like, he's just fighting through the flu and like cold medications. And also
Which
just
back
that like
then it was just heroin.
Yeah. And also that like if he's sick, like you're not doing a whole lot of takes and you're just like, all right, he was pretty wild on that
Good
last
enough.
take. Let's just move on.
He's hopped up on speedballs.
Yep. We don't have much time here. Let's just keep it moving.
Quaaludes.
I said Quaaludes, yeah. I had a great time.
Yeah.
No, I
It's fun.
do think there's something to the fact that like maybe those extra lines in 1969 would have been on the nose, would have been like too overt to making the point. Maybe they at least felt that making the point by like not saying it, but making you actually like feel it, which I think is more
kind of think about it a little bit more
worthwhile.
There's also, I mean, I get the impression that there are other places that the show pushes in terms of representation of women in like on the ship, that like they have responsibility and like, yeah, sure, they're maybe not the captain, but I bet like, Lieutenant Uhura like, takes charge of some things here and there that like maybe some other men characters in the show are like, I don't know if she's equipped for that, and then she ends up like, doing a great job or something.
Yeah, I talked in the opening about how I thought this show like pushed a lot of boundaries on like social issues and stuff. These were not the two episodes to fucking watch.
Yeah, these are not the two.
Terrible.
Very kind of
I would
man woman hater.
Back me up here, Goldenberry. Come
I
on.
would say I'm sure there's plenty of like honestly really good episodes in this show, but the first and last of this show does not make it seem not good.
No.
Like it's like the first episode wasn't bad. It was kind of fun.
Yeah.
But this last episode was pretty bad.
Sure.
Like just like not like for today's standards, not really good. And then also just like it wasn't really that interesting either.
Yes, that's part of it too. Is like it felt like after 15 minutes in, we knew where it was going, or it was like, oh, they body swapped. They got to figure it out. Like, A, the crew has to figure out that the body swap happened, and then B, get them back.
Yeah.
And it's like,
well,
for
and
that
then,
middle 40 minutes, we're like, all right, you guys this isn't obvious to you yet.
And then they didn't even figure it out. It just wore off.
It just happened, yeah.
Like,
a bunch of the crew were like figured it out, or
well, I mean, they
suspect.
didn't figure out how to fix it.
Yeah, they didn't figure out how
sure.
to
It
do
just
it.
fixed itself.
Yeah.
They like literally didn't even write like a fix. They were just like I don't know, like it's like you're like a old band that's like, I don't know, if we'll just fucking like we'll fade out, we'll just play for 5 minutes and fade out really quietly.
Yeah,
That's what they just did.
That's a classic.
Yeah.
Also, it was like the same thing as the first episode of like, the crew doesn't know that person's not that person. They gotta figure it out. Must have just been cheaper that way.
Yeah, but they solved it in the first episode by murdering the monster.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like the monster would have kept killing people.
Yeah, they didn't murder Jane Foster or whoever.
Killed Mrs. Lester.
Foster. All
Mrs.
right, well.
Lesnar.
Yeah, I said so many wrong names there.
Well, so
They should have killed Brock Lesnar.
fun first installment of Star Trek month.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Trek month.
Ooh, man, we're
We
doing
broke the seal.
peeing everywhere. Predictions, Joe?
Shatner
Yes.
didn't.
What's he breaking? Seals?
He didn't break a seal at all.
Not at all.
Buttholes tight.
I had that Spock gets kissed, and I thought, I mean, maybe this was just like fantasy booking, but like thought there like there's maybe space in this show for like, what if like while Kirk was in Lester's body, like she kissed Spock, like.
Spock
Wouldn't that be an
Lester
interesting-
or Lester? I mean, Kirk Lester or Lester Kirk?
As in
Does
the
Shatner
character,
kiss him?
the
Which
character
is the
Kirk,
name? The one, the body, or the first name you're saying? Is it the body or is it the mind?
That's a choose your own adventure.
No, we need to know.
Female kissing Spock or Shatner kissing Spock?
I think the character.
The female has a name. This is what we've been talking about this whole time,
Yeah,
Look,
Jimmy.
I
you know
did
William
not
Shatner, but you can't even
go to
name
the
the actress.
IMDb.
Oh my god!
No one knows
How
her name.
Dare you? I don't.
It would
She
be
never
really,
acted again.
but here, in all fairness, it would be really funny if Lester, Kirk in Lester's body,
Yeah.
would have been like, Spock, it's me. I'm the captain. And he's like, how would I know? And then he just goes, and he goes,
Kiss
oh, you do kiss like the captain.
You do
me.
So zero points for that.
0 points for that. It
Okay.
would have been fun
Okay.
to see a.
Hey, she was Sandra Smith from Minneapolis.
Oh, that the
Minnesota.
actresses.
Yeah,
Okay,
I think still alive, as far as we know.
let's hit her up. Does she want to come on the pod?
We'll give her a call.
My second one is that there's an ice planet. We didn't really get planets in this one.
We were like in a cave on a planet or something.
Yeah.
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 So who knows?
Wormhole and not much travel. And then a man in a monster suit. And I will not touch that. Let's just call that 0 points.
All right.
I feel like by saying it, you touched it a little bit, gave it a little tap.
Thanks, Joe. All right. I got some. Number 1, under 6 deaths. No deaths.
Yeah, none.
Yeah, no deaths.
This was so boring they couldn't even kill anybody. Number 2, how do we feel about this one? Kirk is weird towards a woman. And women can't be captains in your thing. Silence.
Silence. Yeah, his silence is
It speaks volumes.
it speaks volumes.
I think he was very Kirk towards a woman. If Kirk, like normal Kirk, I don't know.
We just didn't really get much Kirk interaction really because he was like out of it for a long time.
Yep.
And then like Kirk inside Lester was really like one of the most normal things. I thought she played a great Captain Kirk.
Yeah.
I won't take a point for that. I'll be fine
Yeah.
with that because I think it was inconclusive based on how weird this episode was in that respect, at least. But number 3, Spock mind melds.
He does.
He
did.
puts his little fingies on the
No,
lady,
that's
and
what he was doing.
yeah, well, basically when it might. Maybe it's I don't know. Maybe it's not a full mind meld or some shit or whatever. Some Trekkie's gonna be mad at me. But like that's not a mind meld. I don't care. He put his fingies on the head and he like read her thoughts. To me, that's a mind meld. To my layman's acknowledgement of Star Trek.
Mm-hmm.
So and then my last one is a space battle, but I don't even think we saw the outside of the ship during the episode.
Mm-hmm. There was like one, just
There-
barely.
Okay, but I'll take 2 points.
Hot damn. Well, there were not any alien races outside of Spock, just some alien stuff.
Yeah, there wasn't.
Didn't see a replicator. McCoy didn't say like, "Damn it, I'm a doctor, not a something." And no one used a space bathroom
Hmm.
that we saw.
Nope, they're holding it.
People never go.
Mm-hmm.
Totally dehydrated.
Because of all that salt.
Because they've been hoarding salt since the first episode.
Yeah, a lot of sodium. They were
So
putting
much.
salt on a lot of. That lady was just freely salting her celery.
Yeah, they're
And
salting up the
apparently
celery.
that's a thing you just used to do. Man, people died of a lot of heart disease back in the day, huh?
I mean,
They still do.
salt's
but
important. They do way more now. Way more.
I don't know if they were putting salt on even just straight up raw celery. They were using it a lot.
No, that's fair.
Don't knock it till you tried it.
They wanted to make sure it was preserved
try
by
it.
the time from plate to mouth. You know, you don't want it to
Yeah.
go bad.
You're just like shaking some salt onto some celery and just have it bounce off. Like,
Yeah, like what's it gonna do?
Yeah, it's flying all over the place.
Have
or
you
maybe
ever-
it's just like sitting in the
In the
crevasse
crevice?
there. Yeah.
You ever done
Salt
just
in
like
the
salt and
crevasse.
tomato?
Salt in a tomato? No, I've had sugar in a tomato.
Mm.
Sugar in a tomato.
I've definitely salted some tomatoes either
Yeah.
by to have like
I guess
as
like
part of a
in a
thing or in a
dish.
sandwich.
Yeah.
No, you just salt the tomato a little bit, just like
Really?
Yeah.
takes
Cut
it
it
up a notch.
tomato slices. Put
Have
a
you ever sugared a tomato?
No.
That's crazy.
Have you
to
ever
me.
salted a nectarine? Same kind of thing.
I'm done. Done with this conversation.
Kind of just sets it off a little
A
bit.
little savory sweet.
What about salt in coffee?
Now you're just fucking with me.
They say it takes the bitterness off.
I've done cayenne in
Mm.
coffee.
Yeah.
But
Same
actually,
kind of thing, or
it adds
Oh,
cayenne
it's
peat
adds
to it.
spice,
But
yeah.
when we do when we make French press,
Mhm.
like in the wintertime when we're not making, because we make cold press throughout the summer, but we'll put our coffee grounds in it and then we'll throw a pinch of salt in there before we put the water in.
Yeah.
Huh.
It's not like a lot, like just a little pinch of it. But
Yeah, it doesn't like you're not supposed to. Like,
you're not tasting it.
Yeah, it's not salty coffee. It's just supposed to take the bitterness off a little bit.
Huh.
I don't think I necessarily know a difference, but it's one of those things like one of us just started doing it when we made coffee in the
Mhm.
morning here, and
Huh.
and if
I'm gonna try
if I'm
it.
making coffee and I remember, the salt's right there, so just whoop.
I'm going to try it tomorrow morning. Listeners, let me know how much salt you put in your coffee
Too much salt.
and fruit.
Well, that's gonna do it for us this week. Oh wait, what did you got? Are you done?
0 points.
Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. I was like, I didn't think you said 0. All right, well now that's gonna do it for us this week, and maybe the start of Star Trek month. We'll see what happens. If you have show suggestions, you can hit us up at fndlpodcast on Gmail, on Twitter, Instagram. We will take those suggestions. If you got a favorite Star Trek that's done that we should watch, let us know, because there's more Star Trek TV shows than there is in a month, weeks in a month. So get to it. We gotta go. We gotta show Joe what a Klingon looks like in the original series.
Oh no. I don't know which way it's gonna go, but I'm sure it's gonna be bad.
It's gonna be great.
Do we
I
have
think
to look it up in incognito mode?
probably should. All right. Thank you for listening. We'll see you later. Goodbye. Did I say we'll be back? We'll be back.
Well,
We'll be back.